Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Bless you. How's it going, everybody? Okay, let's see here. Okay, sorry, just doing some last minute stuff. This had more setup than I thought it was going to. It ain't easy being cheesy. You all know that. Hey guys, what's up? Dan is absolutely right. Okay, is the music too loud? Is it too quiet? It's gonna cut off whenever I go off the starting screen, but I kind of want it to be set up already in case I do another stream soon. Be Fast has a question. Go ahead, ask the class. Come up to the front. Hey, Nathan, what's up? Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't want it to be too loud at all, especially because it's really short. Okay, let's see. Where's my chat window, poopy? No, not allowed? Okay. That's fine. Ooh, pants reveal. Maybe next time. But trust me, it was on the mind. It was definitely on the table. Yeah, the lag is pretty huge. I'm also not directly reading off chat right now. I'm also just probably responding a little bit late because I'm still trying to set up some other stuff. But let me go ahead and I think now I'm ready to swap back to over here. Okay. Here we are. Our top-down shooter project. I don't know. I'm assuming a lot of people here probably aren't too far in the series, or maybe aren't even watching the series at all. So I feel pretty free to just do whatever I want with this thing. It's spooky Halloween time, and I want to make some Halloween enemies. I want to make some lights on the ground. Some, not fog. That would probably be too much. Maybe pumpkins? What do you guys say, huh? Okay, let's see. I have a little list of things that I want to do in this, I think. One thing that I definitely said in the series at some point was I wanted to do like ammo limits and stuff. Yeah, here we go. Okay, ammo limits. I can't do music. I tried to figure out setting all that up, so I can't do any music. That kind of sucks, but let's make a boss. I don't know. What should we start with? Garfield. You always ask for Garfield. Okay. Fine, just this once. Yeah, we could add in the classic boy. Amoga. Okay. This is already getting out of hand. The suggestions. Okay, I'm just gonna start on something. I don't know. I need to reacquaint myself with this too. It's been literal months since I programmed this and recorded all of it. So, um, let's see. Okay, I have the 2 levels because I did a bonus video where I showed like screen transitions and stuff. So we can make a bunch more levels. Let me just start with adding the ammo limits because maybe that'll make it more like Resident Evil and more like Halloween. Ooh, not getting a lot of bad ideas in chat there. I'm liking what I'm seeing, fellas. Okay, let's mess with the player first. I wanted to do ammo limits and how do I need to do that? What all do I have? I have like game modifiers, right? So like game control, HUD, which is kind of like a universal. So I'd probably put ammo as like a global variable in the HUD, probably. That makes sense. I might as well. I'll probably over here. This is all like player stat stuff. So global dot. No, wait. No. I don't want. Do I want to have like a universal ammo count and then each weapon like uses a different amount per shot, or do I want each one to have their own ammo count? Yeah, I got the Ada model already, but it was buggy. Couldn't get it to work right. Tomato boss. Like a Jacko tomato lantern. That could be fun. Yeah, I could imagine some fun stuff with that. You could have okay. Be easy to animate too. Yes, I will be adding Leon for sure. Of course I'm going to be adding Leon. I told you that earlier. Yeah, we need some pumpkins. I like the tomato idea too. Maybe like a dual boss. A tomato and a pumpkin working in unison. They call that the old Patelin omelet surprise. Only pumpkin and tomato, 1 egg, right in the oven. Okay. So ammo. We can just try having ammo for each individual weapon, right? Would that be better to put in the struct and stuff? Or if it's not clear, I didn't plan this out literally at all. I just wrote down a couple things before we started that I might want to do. But I think that might be something that I want to try. So let's see. Weapon creation. Should I just add it to the struct? Is that what I should do, huh? Oh yeah, the color coding is awesome. It's like one of my favorite things. It's nice too because when you color code like a group like this, it kind of gives them like a half transparency color on all these. And I think you can still in these like assign their own color under it. So yeah, it's cool. There we go. Let's see how it works out if we were to add it to our just our struct or no. No. Does that work? It works. It works. I'm gonna say ammo equals ammo, I guess, right? In my brain, this makes sense. I'm pretty positive this will work out for us. Oh, is it a good idea to have an object with all the global variables and stuff? That's what I used to do a lot. Yeah. And then also, yeah, what PokeGamer said. Now you can do it in like scripts because scripts would just like, um, you know, they run at the beginning of the game or whatever. So you could, I mean, that's what we did here anyways. So you could totally do that. You could totally do either or. What would I name it? Oh yeah, there's gonna be a VOD. Don't worry. You take your grandma to the hospital. Definitely do that. I hope everything's okay. Yeah, you can catch it later. No problem. But as far as naming it, I just put it in the HUD one for this one. I put a lot of stuff in there. You could just call it like game options or O player stats or something like that. Just anything that makes sense to you. That's the most important thing. So default ammo. I didn't put in a thing for this. Default is going to be 0, right? Yeah, because that makes sense because it doesn't matter where else you'd put the ammo because you always have that much ammo for that ammo type. And maybe at... Ooh, I just thought of something. Okay, hold on. So, sorry. I never stream, so I have to keep glancing back and forth, and my brain doesn't work that fast. Okay. Let's see. We can actually change already like the way that our weapon pickups work, which is something that the Patreon people will probably know about because they probably already done it, but we haven't really done it in the actual series yet. But basically what we do is like have our weapon pickups. We have them disappear themselves if we've already picked up that type of weapon. Yeah, up right here, this code. And I can go ahead and get rid of this because we can just have like the enemies drop the weapons, and anytime you pick up the weapon, we can either add it to the array, or if it's already in the array, we can just add to the ammo count, right? That makes sense. I'm going to be doing this kind of out of order because I'm not in like tutorial mode. I'm just like in my mode. So I'd just kind of go in a big circle until I come back around to the end. So let's say ammo, we'll add 10 for each weapon pickup, right? And actually I can just keep this code up here and just have a variable that says var player has, and we can set that equal to false first. And instead of just destroying it, we can flag player has as true. And then instead of adding the weapon, we can just say if the player doesn't has, then we add it. And otherwise, we want to add the ammo count. And now, see, now's the circular part where I have to get back to the beginning. How do we want to do that? Do I want to store the ammo in its own array with like the rest of the like in a parallel array to the weapons, or what do I want to do? Oh yeah, full gotcha mechanics tutorial is coming. Don't worry. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. Everyone will like that one. Okay. So maybe I probably need to store like the weapon position that we're at as well. Oh, thank you, Fabrizio. Yeah, it took a really long time to make this last series, so I'm glad you're going through it and enjoying it so far. At least I hope you're enjoying it. No, don't worry. We're not gonna have a gotcha tutorial. I know it's disappointing, but I don't have the time. Let's see. You know what? I think having like a parallel array is probably actually the better idea. That probably makes more sense. So I'm gonna go back into my freaking thing. Where are we? Was that in the HUD? No, fool. Where did I put it? Oh, this is. I really should have refamiliarized myself with this this thing. Maybe I just put it in with the weapon creation stuff. Is that what I did? Okay, yeah, player weapons. And let's just make a new one called global dot player ammo. And that'll be array create 0. And basically we're just going to update this ammo array at the same time we update the weapons one. And they'll always be in sync with each other because we're not really going to be removing weapons or anything like that. So that's fine. Okay. So maybe first go in the weapon pickup. Don't worry. I'll get my speed back up whenever I get used to glancing at chat back and forth. Okay, so we want to add ammo to the same array. So if the player doesn't have it, we also want to add to our player ammo array, right? And at default, we'll just add that to 0 because right down here, we're going to add in to that actual array. So I'm going to say var weapon position equals 0 up here. And then down here, I'll update it to be the I cycle like that. And instead of exiting, I just want to exit the loop. So I can just like add a really high number to the I. And so that'll stop it from looping anymore because we don't need it to without exiting this code down here. And so yeah, that should work out fine. We could just do this. We could just add to the weapon position here. And as far as I'm aware, this should totally keep track of like where the weapon is in the actual list, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That works. That should be fine. How's Starcade coming? Very well, actually. I actually just recently finally learned how to do better shader stuff. I only really knew how to do really simple stuff, so I just figured out a bunch of really cool visual effects to add into the game that made my life a lot easier. And I just redid a boss from that prototype from like a million years ago. It's so weird to think that that prototype that I made was like, I think like 3 years ago or something like that. 2 years ago? I don't know. It was pretty ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, oh, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and like pop into the HUD object so I can just draw the player ammo stuff in like a really crappy way first, just so I can keep track of it. So enemy kill count, oh, that's cool. Ammo count. And I'm just going to do a very simple for loop for this. So I equals 0, I is less than, oh boy, global player ammo. Oh, there we go. And that would just need to be some kind of draw text thingy. And about how far down is this? This is like 44. Okay, that's cool. So, okay, cool. I could just use it off of this, couldn't I? That would be a little cheeky of me. That'd be a little cheeky. I just do that and then add, I don't know how tall this sprite is. It's probably like 16 or something like that. So maybe just, we'll add a bunch at first. And then we'll add some like space so they can loop through and draw all right. And then we'll just draw the string. Oh, the string of the player ammo. And I can actually store all this in a local variable first. That makes more sense. Okay. Gotta test this in a second. Ooh, Starcade sneak peek. Maybe later. Actually, yeah, that would be. I think that would be pretty fun. I can show off that shader stuff. I've been meaning to make a little video on it or something. So yeah, maybe later. That'd be fun. Okay. And I also want to make sure that whenever in the player, when I add weapons here, I need to also add to my ammo array. So ammo. I suppose at default I'll just start it at 5 or something. We're not actually using it yet. I just want to visually like get it up there. So let's see. I'm hoping the game won't crash, but it probably will because I did a lot of stuff. Yeah, it did. Okay, what did I do? Oh, of course. Of course. Where am I? Here we go. It's got to be array length, fellas. Oh boy. This is one of those typing days, isn't it? That is the one thing about this mic. Allow me to just continue to explain how awful everything in my life is. This is the first live stream on this channel for doing like any kind of dev stuff. I think I did dev stuff one time for Starcade like a year ago. I was just doing some art and I was just kind of bored. But I kind of do want to do some more dev stream stuff. I've sort of warmed up to the idea more. It used to be something that I didn't really like too much, but I think I would. And honestly, if this goes well and the setup stays like as easy as it ended up being for this one, then I'd be totally cool with doing that. Totally cool. Okay. That should do it. Just to get it on stream. Okay, 5. Okay, that's interesting. Why are those there? Excuse me? You were not invited. Hold on. Huh. That's genuinely confusing to me. How did that... Why are the little brackets there? What? That's bonkers. Hey, Jaymont, thank you so much. I like to think I work pretty hard on them. I'm just gonna... What is going on with that over there? Huh. That's really weird. Actually, do I even need a string for him? Yes, I do need to do that. No, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. What a fool. I gotta put that in there. Oh man. Not setting a great example right now. There we go. Oh wow, how interesting that it adds in the brackets for the array itself when you turn it into a string. Very interesting. Okay, but cool. And now I can do this. Since that all should be working fine, is I can go into my player for the shooty code, and I can just check for the ammo, right? Let's see. Shoot timer. Yeah, and global dot player ammo of I have a selected weapon thing, don't I? Yes, I do. Excellent. Excellent. So as long as that ammo is greater than 0, then I should be able to shoot for that weapon, right? That makes sense. And then we're going to want to subtract from it when we actually shoot, which is... this whole code. This whole code is the shooting. There's no other, like, checks. Okay. Okay. Like I said, you're going to have to give me some time to kind of recalibrate here. Subtract ammo. There we go. I should only be able to shoot 5 bullets now. Excellent. Okay, great. Maybe the pistol weapon shouldn't have ammo requirements, right? So you can always have something to use, because it's not like you have any like melee or anything like that, and it is just like a straight action game. Or we could just make the numbers stupidly high. No. No, there's got to be a way to always shoot. Yeah, there's always got to be a way to always shoot. Okay. So that means I probably need to add some variable for something. Oh, thank you so much. That wasn't too cheesy. That was sweet of you. That was very nice to say. Thank you. I'm going to try and read your name. Hold on. Let me see. I'm just going to say it's Meridius, right? I believe it be. Does one of the weapons in Doom have infinite ammo? Is that like Doom 2016, like the pistol or something like that? I played a lot of Eternal and Doom 1, and I can't remember if either of them had a weapon with infinite ammo. I guess that would make sense, though. Oh, yeah. Turn-based combat systems. It's one of those things where you think that it's going to be really easy because you're like, oh, I don't have to like animate anything. There's like a lot of dialogue, so I basically just have to like write a bunch of stuff and just like pick numbers and maybe like come up with a formula or something. It's like, no, they're very hard to make once you actually start trying it. They're very hard. Yeah, that's why I definitely want to do one. That's definitely going to be like the next big series, that's for sure. And that will have to come after Starcade, but absolutely that's going to be one of them. Okay. So I could just like brute force this. And I might just do that because it seems easier to me right now. So we're just going to add like a big check over here, right? So it needs to be greater than or equal to 0. Or the weapon needs to be the global dot, is it weapon list dot blue rod, because then we can bypass the ammo check, and we can also not subtract from it. It's harsh. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna have to do the HUD. It's gonna be a little weird, but whatever, huh? Armor or something like that. That probably wouldn't be a bad thing to kind of do. Let me just jot that down. I can't promise anything, but I'm gonna put that down so I don't forget. Armor's not a bad idea. Cutscene system. I'm definitely gonna show how to do cutscenes at some point. There's a lot of different ways to do it in GameMaker actually, because they have their own like sequences and stuff, which is its own thing. And then for certain games, the sequences maybe don't work like perfectly, so it just kind of depends. But yeah, I'm definitely going to cover that at some point for sure. Let's see. And we can just add this check again. And just say if weapon is not equal to this, then we can subtract from it. So actually, and let me just go ahead and add like the, or I can go pick up the yellow rod because technically it should work, right? And I think I have it laying around somewhere. So this shoots and it doesn't subtract from that 5, which means we don't really need to draw this. I think the blue is always going to be in position 0 anyways. So actually the HUD might be really easy to do. So if I add another, oh yeah, no. That didn't work. That didn't work. Let's see. For that pickup, I think we need to adjust that number by like 1 when we pick it up, right? No, it pushes the array. So it actually just needs to be the array length of the player ammo. -1. Oh my god. There we go. There we go. That should do it, right? That makes sense. Oh! I was like chat and I got beat up. Okay. This is working forever. And that added 10. Oh, and it adds perfectly. Okay. And I think we're gonna need to add more than 10. It depends on the type of weapon, probably. So I can do that over here. I can set all that up over here. That makes sense. So I can change ammo add. So ammo add, we'll say equals, we don't want to add any for the blue because it just doesn't matter. This one, we'll do like, let's do like 50. Let's do, I feel like even 50 will go away very fast. Let's do 100. And then for the red rod, let's just do, I say let's do 20, but maybe I need to make the red rod like a little bit better. Maybe it needs to do like the piercing damage that the other one does, right? So, so we don't need enemy destroy. That way it'll like shred through enemies pretty good. Okay. And I'm also, to continue testing, I'm just going to put like a bunch of these around here. There's another one. I did see that they just added a bunch of like array stuff for GameMaker. Yeah, I saw Sean Spalding do a like a community post on YouTube. Yeah, that's very exciting. For the longest time, arrays were like so harsh to use. Like they were so lightweight and easy, but it was like, yeah, but you literally, anytime you want to control them, you have to like build your own like loops that, and like specific functions and things. And so I'm so glad they're adding more of that stuff. I need to look into it more. I haven't really seen much of it, but that is always good whenever they add array stuff. Always makes me very happy. Okay, let's see. Oh, a music manager too. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, I do have the sound effect manager one, which is like, can help a little bit, but it is definitely a different process. And there's a couple ways to do it, which is cool. And there's a couple things I want to go over with music as well, which is one thing that I'm sure you've noticed where like in GameMaker, see how good are these? Oh, nice. Nice. I like that. Maybe they need to do more damage too, like crazy damage. That makes sense. I'm okay. I'm doing a great job here. It's a good thing I gave us like ridiculous amount of health. I could test this with my controller too. Oh, I forgot I turned that on, but no. That's too much. Cool. Not bad. You always have this. Not bad. I was in the middle of something I totally forgot. Have you made a Fire Emblem type game before? Do you mean like the modern ones with like the grid-based strategy and stuff like that? Because if you do, actually, maybe they're all like that. The other thing is, I haven't really played any Fire Emblem games, so, but I have kind of wanted to try like a grid-based system. It's kind like Rosa Starcross is kind of grid-based a little bit. the enemies are, the player isn't. So it's different, but I think I have a pretty good idea of how I'd want to do that. I've just given up on a project after working very hard on it, and I want to put ice cream in my ears. Do you have any swag thoughts on longevity? Thanks. Uh, yeah. If you're having trouble with like keeping with a project or something like that, I think, and this is maybe kind of conflicting sounding advice, but um, I think a lot of times what you might experience, especially as a new dev, because I did this too, where I got really into a project that I was working on like really hard and I was putting a lot of time into it. Um, I did that very hard, and well, I was actually forced to stop working on it for a while because that was back in Game Maker Studio 1, where everything was a little like I don't know, it just wasn't as good. Game Maker Studio 2 is great, and Studio 1 could be pretty harsh to work with. Which, by the way, is insane that they're like developers who have made games like Hyper Light Drifter in Game Maker Studio 1.4. But anyways, it probably, you always get burnt out on projects if you work on them for a long time. That's just kind of something that's in general going to happen to you. But at the same time, whenever you're learning and stuff like that, and you may not realize it, part of your burnout is your skill is kind of probably outpacing a lot of what you've already done in the game. And it may make you want to like go back and change stuff, or you're constantly having to fight your old bad code or anything like that. I would tell you, if you really care about your game, and you've worked hard on it, then try and just like open it up, look at all your code you've done, and see like, is this how I would do it now? Can I already see ways to improve it? And if you kind of say yes to that a lot, this may sound like it would make it more difficult, but in my experience, starting from the ground up again with stuff a lot of times really inspires me and gets me really excited. But in general with game dev, that's just kind of a thing where the planning stages and the prototyping stages are just the most fun because you see more results faster, and you can just do a lot of creative work, and the ideas are new and you're really excited about them. But when you work on it a little bit longer, it can get just a little monotonous or something like that. Or, I mean, any amount of factor of things. But I honestly think just trying your hardest to work more at it. And if you really don't want to work more at it, maybe it's not your idea or your game that you don't like, but maybe it's just sort of the part in the process that you're at. And whenever you're starting out, I think the best advice is to make small games that you can finish really fast. And I mean like small games, like, a level or two. Basically like this game that we've made, it's 2 rooms by the end of the project. And that's respectable. You can play it and it's, fun. And then you can move on to stuff and you can try other things, and you can use the knowledge that you have to like really kickstart a new project. And that can be really exciting and like super invigorating. So maybe just, even if you want to, just put it on break a little bit and just try some smaller stuff, try some smaller stuff, and that'll, I'm sure, get you more excited. Because if you're here, you're probably into game dev, right? So you're probably like seriously into it. So yeah, just make some other small stuff. Give yourself a really easy project. Like tell yourself, okay, I'm not gonna say that this is my magnum opus and this isn't gonna be my passion project that I want to work on for 10 years or something like that. Just make something that you think is cool, sit down in an afternoon and pen the whole thing, and then that same day just start working on stuff and try and finish it in a couple weeks. And try and finish it in less if you can. And if you do any of that kind of stuff, it can like really get you a lot more experience and get you excited about older ideas and stuff like that. That actually happened to me with Rosa Starcross. Rosa Starcross was my very first thing I tried to make, and I started getting really frustrated with how I didn't really realize it at the time. I thought I just was bad at making games, but what I was getting frustrated was that I was actually getting better, and I was having to deal with all of my sloppy code from before. And so then I went to make another game for a while, and then that game was the one that corrupted, actually. And so I just had to give up on it, and I'm glad I had to give up on it because it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. It was cool and it was fun, and I had a lot of fun working on it, but it wasn't great, and so I had to eventually come back to it. And instead of like totally going back to that project, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to work on that RPG that I was trying really hard to make the first time, and I came back with it, and it was so much better. And then I even restarted again later on, but that's besides the point. So yeah, just try and make some smaller stuff and things like that. I know that was an extremely big answer, but I like those kind of questions because I feel like I don't know if people talk about that kind of stuff enough. Did I do any tutorials for pixel art, like watching them? No, I didn't. What did I do? I think I just started trying to make pixel art really hard, and I just kept at it. One thing that that is like good about pixel art is it's built in to where you can just see every like brush stroke, essentially, right? Like you can count the pixels. Like you can count, oh, this is over 4 pixels in this. And so you can just like copy pixel art from games that you love, and copy animations. Now, I don't mean copy them and put them in your game and then, try and sell your game or something like that. But I do mean just copy them, and so you can like actually learn what's happening. And it's a lot easier than you think. And there's a lot of things that will surprise you. You're like, oh, I didn't know how to put more detail in pixel art with less until I really looked at the sprites and like Momodora, the Reverie Under the Moonlight, which I believe is the 4th Momodora game. Great pixel art animation, especially. And that was a game that I kind of like looked at and learned from a little bit. I learned a good bit from like Hyper Light Drifter, paying attention to and playing that. Yeah, just copy stuff you've seen, and you'll start to pick up on things. And definitely watch a bunch of tutorials if you want to. Like, don't just watch from one type of person, but watch a bunch. And that's the same with like these Game Maker tutorials, like mine as well. Like, don't just watch mine. Like, watch a bunch of people's so you can get like different perspectives on things like that. So, yeah, I would definitely do that. Definitely do that. Okay, I need to get on focus. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. I didn't have any problems, right? This was all good, I think. What I need to do is I need to add in pickups over here. Okay, so here are the heart pickups. And I'm just going to add in like all the weapons as pickups as well. So maybe this is where the testing and balance starts to come in, but maybe every 15 enemies we can drop a weapon pickup. So a weapon pickup, and then we'll need to change all of this based on... Yeah, we're probably going to have to put like this section of code in like an alarm, right? Because if you create something and then you set some variables in it, it happens afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add an alarm. So alarm 1, and that's where I'm going to put all of this stuff. And That's cool. That's cool. And then just right here, I'll say set correct weapon type. And I'm pretty sure if I just set alarm 1 to be 1 frame, it should just happen 1 frame after the same frame that the create does. So after the creation code. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Angry Soybean Farmer. It can be like, it can be a little disheartening to think of it that way, but I promise you, if you start doing it, you'll see the benefits, and the next time you come to like your passion project game, you're gonna treat it so much better. You know, it will thank you. You know, so definitely just try and get some stuff out there and just have fun. Like that's kind of why I just wanted to do this. I kind of just wanted to mess around with this game a little bit because I was like, man, we did a lot of work on it, so why not just mess around a little bit? Let's see here. I'm going to say... Okay, I already did those, but now I have them in the alarm, so I need to get back over here. And I can mess with this, so... store the instance, and then let's give it a random image index. irandom of our image number, right? So that anytime I add to that, it should be good. Like if I make more weapons, which I probably will. I want to make like a weird funky one with weird bullets, like a boomerang one or something like that. I'm pretty sure that should work, right? irandom, I believe, returns not the value you put in, but the value below it. No. I was wrong. We gotta subtract 1 from this. Otherwise, we're gonna get some messy results. Okay, cool. Let's open chat back up there. There we go. By there we go, I mean I've closed all the things that I needed to keep open. Okay, hold on. Ugh. Okay. Now, actually, there we go. Have I tried using Scribble? What is Scribble? Is it like a pixel art program? To be honest with you, I'm pretty, and I'll say that I'll fully admit to this. I pretty foolishly just use, that's not entirely true, but I pretty much just use the sprite editor in Game Maker, which is not the most robust thing in the world, so I probably do need to do better, but a lot of times I actually animate in 3D first, so I can like kind of sidestep the issue. But definitely let me know what that is. I'm interested in it. Okay. This should all work fine. Let's test it real quick. Let's test. Oh. When did I put that in the... Wait a minute. Oh, because it's not ready yet because I delayed this a little bit. Okay. We can just set an easy variable. We can just set a variable called like ready. Did I not put the alarm up? Where did did I put it in the step event or something? Oh, I did. Foolish boy. Here we go. Put this in here. And this is this was giving us problems already. We don't need this anymore. Suppose I can just comment it out, but yeah, we don't even need that. I do still need that ready variable though, because I think the step event will be angry with me. So we're going to say we're not ready until this alarm is run. And then we can run all of our stuff. So please don't crash again. I should have noticed that a minute ago whenever like all the weapons were gone. Okay. So that gave me 20. So that means I probably didn't test this properly in the first place. So if I grab this, it should just give me 10 or 20 more. Okay, great. Okay, that's good. And let's see. Do these do the same thing that they don't? Harsh. Harsh, buddy. Oh. Okay. I suppose the best way to test this would have been to not litter the ground with a bunch of weapons. Okay, there we go. So one guy dropped him. We need to check if this is like going to be a good firing rate or drop rate for weapons. Oh, and we need to make sure that it can't drop the blue rod, right? Because we just start with the blue one, so that, and it doesn't have any ammo, so that doesn't matter. So back into my enemy parent. It's going to be iRandom range. And we'll go from 1 to the image number. That'll stop us from dropping the blue rod again. And to that effect, I think because we're going ammo-based now, and it's not just based on the differences in damage numbers and timers, I need to like make the yellow bullet and the red bullet better. The yellow bullet, they all have 1 damage, which is fine. But maybe for the yellow one, maybe I want all of them to do the piercing damage now that I'm going for this method. Oh, or maybe not, and maybe the blue one shouldn't also. I don't know. We're going to be doing lots of this. I'm going to be doing lots of this, so just bear with me. Let's see. Oh, that sounds interesting. It's something for like dialogue effects. So it's like a plugin for GameMaker or like an engine or a bit of code that someone wrote that's like free to download and open source or something. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, well then anyone watching this VOD or anything like that, check that out. Scribble. Sounds cool. I feel like there needs to be like more like free plugins and stuff for GameMaker. I do kind of prefer the tutorial method to kind of help teach people like what to do, but at the same time, all you really want to do is just make games. And so anything that makes that easier is pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. We got these. Do I want to up the damage of these like red bullets? I kind of like the damage being based on the number of bullets itself, and not. Do they? Do all of the bullets need damage up, and therefore, what I actually mean, do the enemies just need less health right now? Because they start with 10, right? I think that's the default. Yeah, 10 is the default. Maybe because the shotgun can do up to 7. That's pretty good. And I feel like a shotgun, like close range, like relatively close range, should probably take out an enemy all by itself. So maybe just 5? Maybe just 5? Let's see. I'm watching the VOD in real time. Okay, let's see. Oh, they die real fast, so that's kind of fun. Need to make sure these are working fine. It's interesting with the little hit commands. I wonder why I only have it working for the like the little effect when they get hit. And hold on, let me. Oh, that's right. I can pause my game. No, hold on. That little effect when it hits the zombie, it's only working for that bullet, and I can't remember how I set it up exactly. So, oh, that's a good weapon. And I pick up more of that weapon. Pick up this weapon. I feel like I want you to be even stronger shotgun. So maybe I don't want to mess with the enemy's health, but maybe I do legitimately want to make the bullets of the red bullets stronger or just add more. I think I want to make them stronger. I think I want to make the damage double for these. I'm pretty sure I just called that variable damage, right? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to maybe set my enemy's health default back to 10. And then maybe even mess around with the number of bullets for that red rod. It could be heavy damage for bosses, though, but it is limited. I like the spreads. Maybe we'll make it... 10 would be... 10 would be a little bit naughty. 10 would be a little bit naughty, but I think that's what we're doing. Let's see. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, bam. But it's still not quite... I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We're just going to keep messing around with it, but one thing I do probably want to do is draw the current ammo count that I have, like, near the player. Because that would make sense, or maybe just some kind of a... No. A meter wouldn't make sense because there's no, like, maximum number. Okay. This isn't bad. Not bad. I kind of like the ammo thing. I just want to make it work like... Just want to make it visible by the player, or maybe like at the bottom of the screen or something like that. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I gotta stop playing. Okay, so let me add that by the player really quick, because I think that'll be important to actually being able to see how much ammo you're using. And since I have the number pretty high up for like how often the enemies actually drop it, I don't think the ammo addition needs to be that high for the yellow one at least. Okay, so drawing it over there. And we have... Okay. So we're going to say if the player exists, which actually we can just do that up here because we already have all that stuff up here. So if the player exists, we're drawing the health bar, we're drawing the maximum HP and stuff like that. So ammo for current weapon. Oh, sorry. I keep knocking this around. Ugh. Knockback isn't a bad idea. And I don't think it should be crazy hard to do. Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely adding some more enemies and stuff like that. I kind of just want to get the flow of it first and just get my bearings. But, yeah, I think next I'm going to add an enemy and maybe even a boss. I might add a tile set first. A more spooky Halloween tile set. So, like, dark colors, but cool, like, neon oranges and stuff like that. I kind of want to do that. So, let's see. Ammo for current weapon. And I think we're just going to keep this HUD kind of crappy looking for a little while because I just want to go do all that other stuff first. I know, yeah, and believe you me, the Christmas thing was really something I was contending with in my mind, but yeah, we had to do it to him. You know what I'm saying? I like that knockback idea, though. I do like that knockback idea. So I'm going to add that in as well. There we go. Okay. Ammo for current weapon. We want to grab player's X and player's Y. Ooh, someone just rang the doorbell. Unfortunate for them. Okay, draw, text. And what's the best kind of offset to do this at? Like, do we want to draw it like... Do we just want to like draw it the opposite direction that the player is aiming? Is that like too annoying? I think that's too annoying. Maybe we draw it at like the bottom left, but if the player starts aiming at the bottom left, we just draw it at the bottom right or something like that. So let me see. I'm just gonna say oh, excuse me. We want an offset, and we want it to draw under the player, but we also want an X offset. And that's going to be the offset, but hear me out. We can say if O player's aiming direction is what do we want to say? We default drawing at the bottom left. So we'll say if the aiming direction is less than 360 and the aiming direction is greater than 270, which means we're drawing at the, in the bottom right at some point, we'll swap the X offset to be negative, equals negative X offset. So that should do it. So now we can draw our ammo X, ammo Y, and what would that be? Global dot. Oh, boy. Didn't learn my home keys, fellas. Want to do that, and we want to do that of the the object player's selected weapon, I believe was the variable we used. Yep, selected weapon. That should do it, right? Let's see. Yeah, and so only once we're aiming in that direction will it like scoot away, which isn't like, pretty by any means, but at least it's not in our way. It is just hopping around. But since I have it like that, I could have it a little bit closer. So I can do the offset to just be like, oh wait, and I probably want to do it off of the player's center Y. Center Y. That's more what I was thinking anyways. Okay, cool. That should probably do it good. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Not too great either, but what are you gonna do? If I pick up another thingy, yeah, okay. Well, at least I can keep track of it. I can turn it on or off if I wanted to, and honestly, I could turn the whole system on or off if I wanted to. If I just added a variable, which I might do in a little bit, but right now, I'm like relatively happy with that. I could mess with it more, but whatever. Oh. Yeah, Sans, that's I like that. Might be a little much for today though. But I like that idea. It reminds me of like BioShock and stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. New enemy type. What do we want, fellas? What do we want for an enemy? I think for the boss, like a big pumpkin or tomato. I don't know why I like that idea, but I did. What kind of spooky Halloween sort of guy should we do? I mean, we could do little pumpkins. We do like little green, little white pumpkins, you know, the non-spooky kind. We could do like little jack-o'-lanterns, or the candy jack-o'-lanterns specifically, that are way more expensive than they should be, by the way. Okay, I looked them up this year. They're like, I don't know, $1,000 for one. It's crazy. Let's see. Okay, well, thank you for stopping by, Angry Soybean Farmer. It was great. Really appreciate you. Burger. Throw all the ingredients out. Ooh. I'll never put in violence against Tonic. Ever. Don't ever say that again. Okay, hold on. 1 second. I suppose. I don't want to do like more zombie variants. I really want to do something else. I'm just going to start working on something. So, new guy. Doing like sort of top-down view, maybe. I could do like, I was thinking about pumpkin too much. So we're going to do pumpkin, but nice bold color. Want you to be about here? Yeah. Pretty good. I think I'm going to give him like little vine legs. Make him stand up in like goofy like that or something. Me thinks that's what I'm going to do. I'm already seeing just the massive success of this idea. I should do like a GDC talk. I mean, just look at this. I'll show him this stream. You see what you're missing, don't you, you fools? Do I need to add these up here? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do. Don't know why I thought I didn't. I'm going to go ahead and add the outline to see how that looks. Massive cheat hack with pixel art. Anytime you add an outline to something, it immediately just looks better. It's true. Like, something about it just looks so... Like, oh, yeah, that's a video game right there, for sure. You see that? There's pixels and... There's dark parts of pixels. Of course that's a video game. No one knows that you're not a professional. No one. Not even yourself. No. Don't like that. Don't like that either. Maybe I like the one little. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, this is about as close to pixel art tutorial as you're probably gonna get from me. I might do more streams for pixel art though. That might be fun. No, that's wrong. This is wrong. The thing you got to kind of consider with this sort of game is we're at that 3/4 view, that top-down view. So should I make them like 2D looking, or should I give it more of like a kind of 3D depth, which would ultimately end up being like, oh boy. Let's see. More like this, maybe? Hold on. So let me get there, fellas. Hang tight. Seems to be darker anyway. And then maybe like fade up into like a dark, poopy kind of green. Oh, those are some poopy colors. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Maybe you're about as poopy as it needs to get, and then you need to blend. Yeah, well. Let's see here. Oh, harsh. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay. Is it just in the car? I don't think it's not down here at all. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know. Okay. What do we like more? Do we like the kind of top-down view? Oh, that's not so bad. Do we like the top-down or do we like the forward-facing view? Let me see, because one will have to have the eyes like kind of, doing some crazy stuff this way. Right? Is this about the, let me see. And then have to give him a little smirk. Yeah. But this one, we could probably have like a bigger face. No, I think it's upstairs. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I had to locate some keys. Do I Google images for reference before drawing pixel art? It kind of depends. Yeah, that kind of depends. Mostly I don't. Maybe I think the thing I probably reference the most is like if I want to do some visual effects. I might like reference like some anime that I really like the visual effects for, something like that. But otherwise, not really. But I used to. I did used to. That's for sure. Okay, let's see. Color might be a little dark. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Is that better? That should probably be better. But zombies that come out of the ground. That actually is something I literally had in the original project, and I just kind of did not do in the final series. Yeah, I do want to do that because I actually have like the assets for it. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Okay, dang. How do I do pixel art? How do I want this to look? Do I want like all this anti-aliasing stuff on it, or do I not? I don't know. This is a harsh choice, fellas. Okay. I'm gonna give him. He's got room for vampire teeth, so that's cool. And he's got room for bottom teeth. And he's got room for this. There we go. Okay. Okay. Which do we prefer? Left or right? And I can at least color this one kind of similarly to the first one. What do we prefer as a base for our skeleton? I think I'm preferring the right. What do you guys think? The delay on this stream is a comical amount of delay. I see at least one right, so I'm a-going for it. I'm going to keep them both up for a minute, but okay. Now, do I want like super bright vines? I don't think I do. I want like a nicer, maybe more bluishy green. A little bit vibrant that way, a little bit vibrant this way. Okay, no, okay, good. Everyone is unanimous on the right. Good. Let's give him a little. Let's give him little vine legs. Feet. There we go. Ooh, I'm liking that. Yeah. And maybe, does that need to come in front? No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, this outlining is going to take a minute. I know it doesn't make sense, but I kind of want to give his vines like little thorns. I think that's what I'm going to do. No, that's too much to animate. Never mind. And maybe one little smidgen over this way. And same over here. And then cut that down on those. Pretty good. I like him. I do like the left one too. I kind of like both of them. I feel like I'm just going to have to drop them in to see really quick. So why don't I do that real quick? I'm going to... Here we go. Oh, no. You there? And you there? No! Oh, my God. Lucky break. Jesus Christ. Okay. And... Are they the same size? Okay, yeah. They should be. Cool. 0. And now let's just like pop them in on like an asset layer. And see how they do. Oh, he's big. He's bigger than this. I didn't realize how tiny the zombies were. Oh, these guys are going to be like... Oh. I think I know what I want these guys to do. Oh, I have a couple ideas, actually, for what these guys can do. Oh, no. I don't like having a couple ideas. I don't like that at all. Okay. I What do I like more? I feel like this guy actually kind of matches the zombies a little bit more with his perspective, but I do like the way this one looks more. I'm just gonna go with this one and make a decision, but neither of them look bad. I'm proud of these little guys. Okay, Archer frames. I need to give him a walking cycle, but I feel like I also need to like make his head spin around because I kind of want him to like shoot bullets in a circle every now and then or something crazy like that. Oh, he could also like shoot fire because he's a jack-o'-lantern, and he could also like put his little vines in the ground and grow crazy things. Okay. Oh, make him throw the pumpkin head and it explodes. That's actually pretty good. I like that. Oh yeah, I'm no good at regular digital art. Not really. Uh, Having control over all the pixels is very nice. And how long did it take me to have all the ideas for the characters and story for Rosa Starcross? Well, I think with anything creative, it's always going to be iterative, especially if it's like video games where they take a super long time to make. I would say I started coming up with the story in, I believe, 2016. I started coming up with the story in 2016, and I had the first basic version of it done pretty fast, but it changed a lot since then. And probably the most final version of the Rose of Starcross story was probably done early 2019, maybe. I think a good while before the Kickstarter, probably about a year before the Kickstarter was the story finished. But it didn't necessarily take me that 3 or so years to write all of it. It more just changed over those 3 or so years. But when it came to actually writing the initial story and coming up with a lot of characters, I did all that pretty fast. I think maybe over a couple months or something like that. I probably had the first version of the story like super hammered out, and I was like very dedicated to that. And then over time, I just thought of better things and more like thematically appropriate things and stuff like that. So any amount of time is a good amount of time as long as you finish it before you put your game out. Oh, yeah, we haven't even named the enemies. One is just zombie. I'll let you guys decide that one. I'm giving you full creative control over that one. Oh, also something I kind of want to do. Is this bad? That's awful. Hold on. Is this bad? Is that too 3D? Yeah, it is. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I just like his nice, beautiful little face. Pink? No. Okay. Moving on. I got to finish animating this guy. Let's see. Let's just give me some space to work here. Okay. He's going to have to do a goofy little walk. I don't think this is going to look very good, but this is how we're going to do it. So let's see. Let's get my boy. Let's get them all ready to go. Right foot first. And we'll go somewhere around here. And that needs to be like this. And these all need to be nice and one line thick. That's what it... Okay, close enough. Close enough. And then maybe... And that guy right over there, he needs to go back a good bit. He went over one and down one, right? So this guy's foot is going to go up one and back one like that. And how do I need to do this? It needs to go higher. Maybe not that high. But maybe yes, that high. Yes, that high, Peyton. Good enough. Okay, good. This is going to be good enough. His functionality is what's important here. One thing that would be really great if they added to this image editor is an auto line adding. That I would appreciate that greatly. This is not great. Okay. Maybe. That's slightly better, I think. Okay, I like that slightly better, so that's what we're going to do. And then we're just gonna flip this right around, aren't we? Flip it. 6 frames a second. Okay, it's a little stiff. It's a little stiff. Okay. I like him though. I need to add some like bobbing to the pumpkin. I think that'll fix this up. Okay. No, wait. Foolish. I need the green actually has to go over that. Foolish boy. Here we go, right? Okay, yeah. And then you need to do the same over here. Easy. Simple and clean. Simple and clean. Here we go. Okay, nice. Will I be adding this to download for you guys to mess around with? On my Patreon, there is a zip file of this thing already. It's for like the top tier thing, but yeah, there's that way, and then otherwise, you'll have the same project that I started with this stream. If you follow the tutorial series pretty much all the way through once they're all out, and it's about halfway out right now, so it won't be long before all those are up. So let's see. Oh, oops. What am I messing here? This little guy? There we go. Okay, I'll that's okay with me. That's okay with me. There we go. I could also do some programming to make him like a little bit squishier looking, but nah, he's perfect how he is. That was annoying too. Actually, I think about it. Maybe this is for the better. A little bit cleaner. And we probably want to do the bottom center thing with this, right? Maybe a little bit more in between his feet. And then we probably want to do the same thing we do with the zombies, which is make the collision mask pretty up there. Maybe down a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Okay, cool. S. Okay, what do we name this guy? I saw Michael and Paul. Any other like biblical names we might want to try, or Peyton, man. Oh, Rosa Starcross songs on Spotify. Maybe. I don't know. I've literally never even used Spotify before, so I don't know anything how it works. It's on Bandcamp right now. I believe for free. I'm pretty sure. I think it's free on Bandcamp, and I think it's also just on like SoundCloud. But I mean, who uses SoundCloud? Yeah, it is kind of harsh. Well, okay. I kind of like Walter White. Okay, I'm glad someone uses SoundCloud. Kind of like Walter White, but I kind of like Ringo too. Something about Ringo gives me like the Pac-Man feeling of just like, why is this guy named this? Okay, so we have Ringo. And we only have his walking sprite. And his like sprite swapping isn't going to work the same way as the zombie because he doesn't have a left and right. But you know what? I could make him. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be Ringo. Ringo down. Ringo down. And then this is gonna be Ringo up. It's appropriate too, because we all know that Mr. Starr is an extremely talented pixel artist. Someone should do like an entire. I don't know why that well, maybe it has. I feel like that should be like a gimmick game that someone does, is like an indie game with completely stylized like Ringo Starr's pixel art. That would be sick, man. Easy. And then we would swap these two frames because we start with our. No, what? No, it was already. What? I'm okay. I've confused myself greatly. No, okay, it's the same both ways. You fool? You fool? Okay. Okay, no, okay, so we have an up and down, which is fine enough. I think we could also do like a left and right. And then if we did like an attack for him, that could probably only do a single direction. Or again, we can swap between them strictly based on the direction that he should be shooting, right? But I also don't really. I'm still not totally convinced at what kind of attack I want him to have. I do kind of like the idea of him just throwing himself and him exploding. I kind of like that. I'll have to figure out how I want to animate that, but I like it. And to do like the side profile, that's pretty easy. You can just like cut his face in half. Just like drag him kind of up here a little bit. The perspective is going to be a little off. But if we want to keep everything, not so bad. It's doable. We can deal with this. Yeah, that's fine. That's A-okay. Don't really need to fill the rest of that out, but maybe scoot that in one. And then have the pumpkin edge thingy kind of come this way. I think this is getting too. No, you know what? Not terrible. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Could be worse. Maybe that needs to be like one more up. And then scoot this one over. Okay. Okay. Oh, maybe you need to go one back. I don't know. Just don't know. Give me tough, man. Really talented pixel artists always impress me with how they like know which like sub pixel needs to be where. I kind of like that. And we'll pretend like the stem is turning this way too. Okay, I kind of like that. Oh, thank you for stopping by, Meridius. And let's see. Squirt some pumpkin juice. I like it. I like it a little too much. I kind of want to do it, but I feel like that'd be kind of hard to animate, but I kind of want to do it. And I also like the pumpkin seed idea, because that was kind of what I was thinking in the first place. I was thinking like a pumpkin seed thing, and then I was thinking like a thing where he slams into the ground and he like grows vines that come out of the ground at the player in like a line or something. Let's just get the sprites working first, and then we'll decide. Okay, well, that's right, but now the legs need to change. Do the legs really need to change? Is that... Will you just let me draw in here? What is wrong with you? Thank you. It's kind of weird that the legs wouldn't change at all, but like I also kind of like that. Like the pumpkin is just spinning on it. Plus, that makes his hitbox a little bit more obvious if... How was this? Like this? That can't be right. Wait, how did I do that? Hold on. Why is there missing you know what? Who knows? Who knows what I did here? Okay, whatever. Good enough. I kind of like the idea that the pumpkin is like weirdly spinning on it, because again, having the legs out would also be good. So it makes the bottom of this hitbox really obvious, and it makes him very like rectangular, which is good. It's a good thing. Ringo exploding on impact is good. I like the idea of him exploding too. The main thing you got to consider, though, is if he explodes on impact with the player, since the player uses iframes, then, oh no, but we already built that in the damage system. I don't know. I was thinking in terms of Starcade. In Starcade, every single hit that an enemy does just does a single hit of damage, but we can make it heavy damage. That's right. That's right. Oh, okay. Not bad. Not bad. And we could blow up the enemies, too, around him. Like I said, it's been so long since I've actually like really messed with this code, so I can't even remember like what I actually did in it. Okay. I kind of like that. And let's make a right sprite, and to do that, I can just say, let's just mirror this bad boy. Image. Okay, let's try that again. Image mirror. That's I've noticed something strange with the newest Game Maker update, which updating can be scary. But there's a very, very strange update that seems to have messed with like the confirmation of certain things. So the first time you try and do basically anything, it just doesn't work. You have to do it twice. Very weird. But they're updating monthly nowadays, so that shouldn't be a problem. I probably should have just rolled back yesterday after I downloaded an update, but whatever. Okay, cool. We got our Ringo sprites. And now it's time for Ringo. I'm just going to copy the zombie first and then kind of go from there. So, object Ringo. Ringo down. Ringo down. And for now, we can have him work kind of the same way. We don't need to give him the shooty. Well, I mean, we can just have him work the same way right now anyways. But the one thing we want to do is make sure that we update how his sprites work. And that needs to be... I can just do that down here after we... Yeah. Instead of get the correct face, we say get the correct sprite. And we'll do what we did with the player. So the face for Ringo is going to be a different thing. We're going to say equals the direction divided by 90, or around the direction divided by 90. And then if our face is equal to 4, then we'll set it back to 0 to loop it around nice. And then we need to add that into here, the sprite control. So sprite control. Okay. So 0 is S-Ringo right. What? Okay, not download. No, there we go. There we go, fellas. It's already getting late. Already getting late. There we go. Okay, Ringo's for right. And then we need our up, left, and down. Easy. And then our default for our face should be the down, so that should be 3. Equals 3. And let's just add that in. Sprite index equals the sprite of our face. That makes sense. And if we put them in, I don't think we changed the sprite manually anywhere here, so it'll just act exactly like the zombie. And shooting the bullet will mess up, though, because the face variable messes around with that. So we could do it a different way. We could do it like... Ooh, I already did all that. Okay, hold on. You know, no, that That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter right now. I just want to make sure that he's working. I'm going to keep all the sprites together, too. There we go. Okay. Ringo time. And they should, like, look pretty nice. And, oh, something I forgot. I gave him a black outline, but I kind of want to give him that, like, dark purple color. Huh. Okay, well, we'll test him first, and then let's see. Oh! Big Ringo. An invisible Ringo. What happened? What happened to Ringo? Oh, wait a minute. I know what happened. Hold on. Where are we? It's in the draw event that we did it. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm so scared for Ringo. Here we go. Oh, yeah, and looky faces, all nice. Look at him go. Yeah, it's just like the zombies right now, so nothing impressive he's going to do, but okay, cool. All right. I like the explosion idea. Should he maybe just explode when he dies? Or... Oh, yeah, having him explode when he dies is cool. Like, that'd be good for, like, a little bit of strategy. Like, maybe his head pops off and bounces up and then explodes or something like that. And that would be more like a strategic thing for the player and also something to avoid for the player, so... Oh, maybe that. Yeah, wide boy. My wide load Ringo. That's what we like to see. I think I want to try that vine idea. And maybe... Because the zombies already shoot. So... just having more shooting would probably be a little superfluous, right? Oh. Let's see. Thinking, man. I'm thinking. Oh, so many possibilities. Okay, I think what I want to do is like have the blast do this kind of thing, or not the explosion, but I think what I want to do is have it like where's like a wall object or something. There we go. Okay, I think I want it to like, if you were to shoot straight to the left, maybe make some vines that kind of do this sort of scenario. Oh, oops. That didn't work. Some vines that do this sort of scenario. Like he does it, and then they all shoot up in order, and they kind of hang out for a while. So makes them a little bit more dangerous, close range. Maybe even have the range be a little bit shorter. A little bit more dangerous close range. Keeps him still for a while. And yeah, it just means overall he's a close range dangerous enemy, because if you're hanging out too close to him anyways and you kill him, then he's going to blow up and hurt you. Okay. That's kind of what I want to do. But also, let's just go ahead and add his like pumpkin head bomb. So, oh, and I know how to do that. Okay. It's going to be the Ringo bomb. Here we go. Okay, just Ringo's head. And we want to take a frame from all of these, because we're going to have him like spin as it goes up, and then it's going to explode on the ground. That's going to be pretty cool, man. Don't know how else to say it, but... and we're going to want to do it... Oh, we don't even have to do it smart. I can just animate it. Duh. I can just make it a animation, silly boy. Okay. And the up Ringo. There he is. The final piece of the puzzle. Okay. And I can put him back over here. That doesn't matter. So we'll have him like go up and spin. Maybe even faster. A little too quick there. Now that I think about it, this needs to be reversed as well. Right? Okay. Okay. And Ringo Bomb bottom center. Okay, and let's make the object. Let's see. Because we already have the boom object. We already have the TNT crates, so we can just do the same thing. Oh, this is going to be great. Okay. So we're going to have him like bounce first. And to have him bounce, we're going to add like a Z variable. So we'll have it kind of be like 3D. We could just use the Y variable, but that would actually make it a little bit more difficult. So its X and Y isn't going to move, but we're going to explode whenever we like hop up and bounce back down. So first, we want a Z coordinate, which will start at 0. No, actually, the Z coordinate will start at 16, right? Because this is 16 up. So the Z coordinate will start at 16. The Z speed will do like negative. I want it to be like a slow pop up scenario. Like it very like floaty goes up and then comes back down and explodes. So I'm going to do like a pretty low speed. So maybe like -3. And then we're going to have a gravity value that's also kind of low. Maybe -1 or 0.1, 0.15 maybe. That'll probably be good. And then let's do the step event. So we'll say our Z will plus equal our Z speed. And then we're going to edit our Z speed based on our gravity. So we're going to add gravity to it. And since we're starting up at 16, we can just go ahead and say if our Z is less than or equal to 0, then that's when we want to explode. And float and gravity. And to explode, we destroy ourselves. And then we can just like go steal the code from the TNT crate that we eventually create in the series. And yeah, we just create the explosion. And it just has to be the same X and Y. Oh, this is so easy. Oh, I love this. I like this. Here we go. Yeah, that's a pretty good big... Maybe this explosion needs to be a little bit smaller because it can cause a little bit of chaos. So maybe not even... I might not even want to change the image X scale and Y scale, but for now, we're good. Want to keep our depth at our -Y. And we need to mess with our draw event. So we're going to draw our sprite Oh. Sprite index, image index, and our X and Y, or in our X and Y, but we are going to actually subtract that Z value, and that's going to make it look like it's floating up. And below that, I want to draw a little shadow. And I don't think I'm going to draw it with just like a circle command or anything like that. I think what I'm going to do is like draw it with make my own actual shadow. So let's do that really quick. S. And this can just be a general purpose shadow. So hold on. If I'd be more committed to the joke, I would draw Shadow the Hedgehog, but I'm not that committed to it right now, so I just needed to say it. I need this color. This nice purpley color. Because I think I'm going to make it like totally... I think I'm going to make it like totally opaque, because like older games would kind of do that sometimes, where just for technical reasons, they wouldn't be able to draw like opacity, so... I kind of want that look right now. I think that'd be cool. And middle center. Great. I promise I'll draw shadow later, all right? I'll get in contact with you, be fast. I swear. Where did my bomb go? I'm not even paying attention. Okay, draw. Here we go. Draw sprite, draw sprite, and let's try for the third time. There we go. Draw sprite, that one, and that's just at the X and Y, because that will be the base of where the little bomb is. I'm just gonna like put one in the room. Actually, no, I can just straight up. I can straight up test them. So let's see. At our destroy, here we go. Ringo bomb, baby. And we got our X, our Y, our depth, and our Ringo bomb. Okay. This all should work fine, I think. Oh, they fell really fast. Okay, they fell too fast. Hold on. So there's something going on here. Oh, yeah, Z speed isn't like Y, so I can just, that needs to be positive, and the gravity needs to be subtracted. That should do what I want. I'm hoping. There we go. Look at that. Oh, and he pops up and he explodes. That's cool. That's cool to me. Yeah, I definitely want it to be slower, though. I want the speed to be lower. And I definitely want the gravity to be lower. And if they're both lower, that should probably take the same amount of frames. I want it to take longer. Okay. Let's see what this does. Oh, okay. Not too bad. Maybe a little bit faster on that gravity. Maybe like this. Oh, yeah. I like that. Now, if I was doing audio stuff, I would definitely put an audio cue there too, by the way. Whenever his head pops off, I would make like a really, really cutting sound, probably like a thumpy, probably like a thumpy sound or something like that. Something really obvious here, like, okay, he's about to explode. As much feedback as you can give to the player is pretty good. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. So that's cool. That was really easy to add. Oops. And now I can actually add his like bullet pattern thing. So I need to add those like little spikes that I wanted to add for him. And oh, one thing I need to do is add the screen freezing, which we haven't covered on YouTube yet, but we will. If screen pause, exit. So pausing the game should actually work. Cool. Cool. I'm going to need that animation next for his little vines. So Ringo Vine. And I just needed the color really. So how do I want this to be like pretty chunky looking, this vine that's going to come out. So I'll say total. I probably want it to be like, let me do this real quick. 32 and 32. I'll probably give these a pretty generous hitbox. And by generous, I mean like in the player's favor. So it probably won't even cover even close to like what this looks like. But I think for the full thing, I want it to look a little bit like this. A little bit like this once it's out. And then obviously it'll have the outline on it. But what else do I want? Maybe I want like a darker shade because it's so much larger now. So like maybe like a darker blue. That's pretty dark. That's pretty dark, dude. Okay. I don't know. What is it that I want to see out of this? I'm thinking of it in terms of like a metallic look, and I'm shading it that way. And I don't know if I should be, but it's kind of just what I'm doing. What if I just made it like this sort of scenario, huh? I don't know. What do we think about this? I don't think I think highly of this, to be honest with you. Huh. Oh, I can't believe I just saw the Destroy, Build, Destroy. Dude, greatest commercials of all time, probably. Greatest commercials of all time that of a show that I chose to actively never watch. Oh, actually, that looked kind of weird, but I kind of liked the weird depth. What if I... No, this is just weird. You know what? I kind of like this weirdly. I'm kind of cool with this. I'll take it. Okay, yeah. So that's going to be the final thing. And... Ooh, Blast from the Past. Thank you. The original sort of diameter is going to be kind of this area here. So get rid of all this garbage. Ooh. Will ping, bro. Will ping if I need. So do I want it to just like start really quick as like this? I think I do. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'll do something. I'll do this very simple. So that was sort of an ease out sort of scenario. And this is going to be like an ease in sort of scenario. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got myself thinking here. Do I want to just very simply have it like rocket out? I honestly think this might just be the simplest move. It might need to like bounce up and bounce back down a little bit more. So maybe one of these. And then just keep it there. Oh, that needs to be much faster though. That's pretty fast, but not too bad. Not too bad. I think that's good enough. So let's auto trim those. And keep that in like this, about as center as this can be, I guess. And let's work on that collision mask. Like I said, I want this to be like, this needs to be reasonable. So the player needs to actually avoid it. So I'm going to make it just the size of the base pretty much. But the player should be able to walk behind this like totally fine. Oh yeah, the turn-based stuff is definitely coming at some point for sure. It's just very complicated. Probably a lot more complicated than you think. That is something that I want to plan out really hard before I actually get around to doing it. And it's also something that I'll need like time to do for sure. But I 100% want to do that. I think, I'm not sure, but I think Sean Spalding either just started doing some turn-based combat stuff or he's about to. So check those out as well. He's great. Sean Spalding is great. So that would definitely be somewhere to go look for now, but I will eventually do one for sure because I think as many possible takes on doing turn-based combat is a good thing, especially when it comes to teaching people, because I know a lot of people want to learn those kind of games, and a lot of people have not made tutorials on them because they're pretty complicated. So yeah, don't worry, I'll definitely get to those. Okay, what am I doing? I'm making the Ringo vine, of course. There we go. And this needs to be a child of the parent damage object, right? For the player. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because this is basically an animation-based attack. So I actually need to have no parent for this. Here's what we're going to do. This is going to be the depth equals negative y. We're going to make a damage object on the frame that we need it to show up. So that way the player doesn't get cheap shotted by something that doesn't look like anything. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know if I think we covered something like this in this series, but this is basically how you would do like melee attack damage for pretty much any other kind of game. Does GameMaker have a similar alternative to code, to text code as Unreal Engine's blueprints? Yes. There is drag and drop for GameMaker. It is a visual programming tool like blueprints for Unreal. However, I've never used it, so I don't know how good it is or how like you know, I kind of trust the people at Yo-Yo Games to make something like pretty good. If you want to try it out, definitely you should. And I think they probably have lots of tutorials on their YouTube channel and on their website. But I would suggest overall, if you really want to get into games, if you want to start with drag and drop, that's totally cool. But eventually, if you want to get into text-based programming, you can learn like a lot of stuff that way, especially because there's so many tutorials and stuff. And you can kind of, I think you can make more. I think you can do more things with actual programming as opposed to the visual stuff. So I don't think it might be as robust as Unreal's blueprints. Not totally sure, but who knows? Definitely give it a shot. Okay. We need our attack frame. And that is our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not this one. 6 is our attack frame. So attack frame equals 6. And we also need a hold time. So how long is this going to stay up? Because we also needed to go back down. That was foolish of me for not doing all that. Which means we basically could just reverse it. You know what? No. I'm not going to do all that extra programming. I'm just going to copy and paste these and just have extra sprites. Okay. Oops. There we go. And you need to ease back down, buddy. You need to be there. There we go. And then maybe one more. Let's get you down one more. One more. And this will be 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. So this is the frame we want to hold on, and then this is where the animation starts to go back down. Do I want the hitbox to turn off on these 2 frames? I think they might still be too high. You know what? No, I don't want the hold to be too long, and I want to kind of balance it in the player's favor. So, okay. We'll say hold frame equals 7. Hold time, maybe just like 10 frames. Just hold for a second, but not really long time. Unless, I don't know. Do I even want it to hold? That's the question. Yo, welcome back. Just recently learned about feathers in Game Maker. Here's a cool thing. What is that? There's actually probably a lot of stuff I don't know about Game Maker. That's my secret cap. Is I don't actually know anything about Game Maker. What are the feathers? That's interesting. What am I making right now? I'm making the attack for a little pumpkin guy that we made. And he's going to like... One, he explodes, which is cool. But that's on his death. And for his attack, he's going to have these spikes that come out of the ground. And then they shrink back away. And I'm basically just making those right now. I need to look into what those feather things are. That sounds cool. I'm actually going to put that on my note. Just so I remember. Okay. Excellente, my man. Oh, it's for like better code habits or something like that. Interesting. That's cool. I like that because I kept pretty sloppy code for a long time. Like I actually only recently started formatting my code in a way that is readable to me. I know that sounds stupid, but I only recently picked up some better habits. In fact, you can even see that I changed the way that I name variables in between a couple of my tutorial series, and that's because this method makes a little bit more sense to me. And that was very recent, and I had been programming for a long time at that point. Preferences, feathers. Hold on, I might just. What would it be under? Maybe asset browser, or would it be under? Oh, for their settings. Here we go. It's just okay. Oh, I see. Suggestion color. Interesting. I've never even seen that one. Cool. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, because I mean we already got it over here. I guess this is just the feathering. That's cool. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, let's get rolling with the step event. So first, I'm going to go ahead and add in the screen freeze thing, or screen pause. So if screen pause exit, okay. I do need to add a damage variable in here. I'm just going to start it at, no, I don't want these to be 1. I want these to be like 4, maybe? I don't know. Because these guys are a little bit tougher than the zombies. So now here's what we need to do. We need to say create damage object, and we'll say if okay, if the floor of our image index, boy oh boy, is equal to the attack frame, then we can create our thing, right? And if our damage object doesn't exist, so then we can create a damage object. And what we'll do is we'll say it's just going to be like an invisible object, and we're going to put it in the same place, and the depth doesn't matter because the depth does kind of matter, actually. We can tell it not to be visible. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so anyways, this is going to be a player damaging object, and with it, we can immediately do this. We can set its either sprite or mask index should be fine. So we can say its mask index should be the sprite index of this. That way it's the right size. And then we can say the damage amount is going to equal the damage amount we set in our create event. And that should be good. Yeah. That should be good. And just in case, we can set it to be not visible. And then we want to say if our image index, or the floor of our image index, because we want the frame to display for the whole time, or to be up for the entire time that certain animation frame is up. If it's greater than our hold frame, then and we have a damage object, then we can destroy our damage object. And then we want to hold it too, right? So That's creating the damage object. That's getting rid of the damage object. And this is holding the animation. And so if we're on our holding frame, we want to keep our image index being the holding frame until our timer clicks out our hold time. So we'll say hold time minus minus, and then only if our hold time is greater than 0 will we keep it stuck. No, that's old way. I like this better. That should do it. And then we want to make sure it destroys itself when it's done animating. So instance destroy. Now, this is going to be a little bit tougher to test. So I'm just going to put one. I'm going to move a bunch of enemies away from the player and then just like put it right under the player and make sure it actually, the damaging works. One right there. And then I'll put a couple around just to watch the visual and make sure that's all working fine. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, that worked. So whenever I actually put him in the in Mr. Ringo's attack thingy, it should be good. Hey, welcome back, Polodroid. I'm not following the tutorials, but I just watched for fun. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Okay. Easiest way to get this working, let's think. I'm going to do, I said I wanted to do like 3 lines of it. Let me just try one first, because I want him to like slowly come out and sort of just create like a danger zone for the player. So let's see. Oh, I should probably add an attacking sprite for Mr. Ringo. So let's see. Ringo attacks. And I'm going to need some space for this one, fellas. Okay, that's odd, but I'll take it. Yeah, I think they need to clean up some of this sprite editor stuff for the next release. Okay, let's see here. Let's do some keyframing first. So we're going to start with our standing position, and then we want to go down to a totally squatting position. I want this to be like a ridiculous looking animation. So low squatting position. Yeah, like that. We want those legs to really like crinkle out with that. And we want to keep it the same sort of length. So let's come out like maybe this way a little bit. Something about pixel art. It always has to start rough, man. Not too bad. Might need to be a little bit higher and more like this angle. Right? Okay, yeah, and that's like maxed out all the way down. Okay, here we go. And I mean, and boy, do I mean maxed out. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I just need to copy all this, don't I? Oh, he's already symmetrical. Dum-dum. There we go. I wonder, do his feet need to scoot in a little bit with that as well? Would that make it more? Oh, yeah. Or do they need to go out a little bit? I'm trying to think of this like logically. I know animation doesn't have to technically be logical, but if you get a little reality in there, that's good. Oh, when he got shot, his eyes flickered. That'd be a cool shader thing to maybe do. Maybe if we have time for that, I'm going to add that into. I'm noticing I'm adding in a lot of things. I feel like I've been streaming for like a while. I have. Wow. It does not feel like that much time has gone by. Okay. I'm going to say light flickering for Ringo. There's many, many things on here that I'm now realizing that are going to be impossible to get to. That's that's kind of funny. This is like you could just go back to this stream and just have live proof that I'm the absolute worst at figuring out how long something is going to take. Okay. Anyways, here we go. Big, yes, he's squat and he hot boy. So we got that down, and now we need the second keyframe of just crazy up. Crazy up. Here we go. How far will those legs extend, huh? Well, it doesn't matter because this is cartoons, baby. Okay. Yeah, we can go bonkers with that because it just does not matter. Goodbye, legs. Oh, this is going to be great. So down, crazy up. It's a huge telegraph. And then back down. And we actually want this to be like even farther down, really. Maybe we want him to like land on his booty. Let's see here. Maybe like all the way down for like the explosion. And we could actually have his feet go like out a little bit. 90? I knew it. I knew you were going to trick me. There we go. Oh, no. No, what have I done? Okay. So have it like this. Just like straight out. Bam. And then we can just use some good old-fashioned ease in and ease out principles. Especially when it comes to like a pixel art game where a lot of times, a lot of these games, you don't even get a lot of frames of animation in general. So basically just keyframing and then doing some ease in and ease out is a really easy way to give some nice, good, easy animations while also being nice and fair for the player. Because that's the most important thing, is if it's readable. Oopsie daisy. Here we go. That's a little stupid looking, but I kind of like it. I kind of feel like they should be like up one, like this direction. I think that looks better. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're going to squat down, big up, big down, and that'll probably like shake the screen and everything, and if you're close enough or something like that. Oh, you're welcome, Arthur. I hope to play your game one day. Yeah, lore is always really fun. I mean, that was what, Nathan asked earlier about how fast I finished the story for Rosa Starcross, and it was just a couple months, basically the first time, because it was like, man, I just love writing stuff. Do I use FL Studio for creating music? Did I study it, or was it just a hobby for me? I do not use FL Studio. I haven't tried it before, but I know a lot of people use it, and I've actually considered trying it out just so I can make some tutorials for it to help some people with music stuff. Did I study music? Yes. I never took lessons, but I studied it personally. I've been playing music for a very long time. I started playing when I was about 11 or 12 years old, and I'm 24 right now. And I've been playing guitar, which is my main instrument, since I was 12 or 13. So, and I took it very, very seriously. I took guitar very shamelessly seriously. So I did study music for a good bit, and I played in bands and stuff. But but the thing is, when you study music, you find out there's lots of tricks. So I would like to show some tricks off at some point, which is kind of why I want to do get into FL Studio a little bit, just to give people some cool stuff like that. I use Studio One, which is not a super popular DAW, and DAW is a DAW. That's a digital audio workstation. I use Studio One because a close friend of mine who taught me a lot of stuff when it came to like production stuff, he used it, and I basically was just like super used to that whenever I eventually wanted to buy my own. And so that's pretty much all I've ever used. I used Logic a little bit, which is the built-in one for MacBook computers, or not built in, but it's basically like the professional version of GarageBand. I used that one a little bit for a while, but mostly just Studio One, and I'm using a pretty outdated version of that as well. So, I believe they've just released Studio One 6, and I'm on Studio One 3 still. So, I probably need to upgrade sooner rather than later, but yeah, you can use anything. The good thing about music production stuff is it's really just about the sounds you're using and if the program is making sense to you. So if you are trying to get into music and stuff like that, or figuring out like what programs to use and stuff like that, FL Studio is probably a good place to start, because as far as I know, the free version is really good. As far as I know. And also, I think there's a lot of tutorials for it. So you can really do... Ooh. I don't like how thin his legs get right there. Maybe those? Okay, yeah. But yeah, really the thing is they all do the same thing. It's really just the instruments you buy, like the VSTs, the virtual instruments. And any music program can use any of those. There's virtual instruments and there's audio units, which are very similar. But audio units, I believe, only work for MacBooks, or not MacBooks, but Apple computers. I think I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, sound fonts work for any of those programs. It's really all just whichever one makes the most sense to you. So there's also free stuff like Reaper is another one that's pretty cool, I think. It might be a little bit more suited for live instrument recording versus like MIDI stuff, but still. Okay, so anyways, I could talk about that forever, so... Oh, thank you, Arthur. It's very sweet. Ooh, bass, drums, and piano. Oh, bass. We got a bass boy. I love bass. I actually just got a 5-string recently. Basically, well, because the one bass I had was kind of garbage anyways, and I needed to replace it. But yeah, I just got a 5-string, and I've been practicing a lot of like slap and stuff that I hadn't played in a long time. I started with bass actually. I didn't mention that, but I did. FL Studio free version does not allow for you to save your work. Interesting. Okay, then maybe it's not that great. Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to just save your song, you could just, screen record you playing it in FL Studio or something, but it does suck that you can't save the progress. That's a huge deal. Oh, well. But anything to help you learn is good. Maybe 2 of these. And then, so, da-da. Okay. That's not bad. And then I could add one more of these for him getting back up. Let's see real quick. Let's change the speed to something more appropriate. Let's go with maybe something higher, like really, really high, like 18. Oh, that's too much. I was wrong. Not bad. Doesn't look terrible. Let's try 10 frames a second. And I want to add, I need to add one more in here. That's what I need to do. I need to ease that in as well. So maybe just bring him down a little bit and bring the top of the legs down like this and slightly out, perhaps. I think what did I do? Let's try this. Let's see real quick. I think all of it needs to shift down a little bit, like maybe around that sort of joint right there. And fill these in. Maybe this way is what we want. Okay, let's see. Okay, not bad. And we would honestly want to hold on this frame. And maybe I need to add in that squashy frame right here. So bam, bam, bam. And then hold on that frame. And then when he gets back up, we'll do this. And then he gets back up. Okay. Okay. I'm liking that. Hey, thank you, Christian. I really appreciate that. And let's see. I don't remember that. Okay. Well, Shiny, to be fair, I have essentially trillions of hours into that game, so I have a little bit of an unfair advantage. I think didn't you eventually actually get a better time than the one that I put up though? I can't remember. I don't remember if you just said you were going for it or if you actually did it. Oh, Ableton and GarageBand are not bad options either. You could do a lot with a lot of free stuff, for sure. Ringo is doing great, Be Fast. He is absolutely thriving. Here, I'll let this play out for you for a minute. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, look at him go. Look at okay, the looped version is really funny. I like that. 20 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Oh man, I can't wait to see what the speedrunning is going to be like when the actual game is out. I also really want to see people speedrun Starcade. This needs an in and out. I'm sorry. It needs it. And I'm just going to do a simple one. But it needs them. I really like this guy. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, see you, Be Fast. Thank you. Yeah, I have no idea how fast I could actually beat that demo. I've definitely beaten it faster than that time I put up. That's for sure. But I don't know. But yeah, I can't wait for people to speedrun both the games. I think Starcade is going to be a fun game to watch people speedrun. Because it's a pretty brutal game in terms of just like how aggressive you can be. So, yeah. The good news is I know at least someone will speedrun it. That's true. I don't have to worry anymore about like, oh, is anyone going to play my game and speedrun it? I now have the comfort of at least I know someone is going to. But I'm very excited to see people speedrun both of them. I love speedruns, and I think about them often whenever I'm making games. So hopefully there will be some cool stuff. And hopefully I'm like a janky enough programmer to where there will be some like actually really interesting speedrun stuff that I could never guess. It'd be like, oh, because Peyton's a huge idiot and he programmed it like this. We can like wrong warp into this, from like the first dungeon of the game into like the second to last one. But, now we're like, totally underleveled and bosses will one-shot us and stuff. And so then we use these other strats. I would like that. That would make me very happy. Yeah, you guys got my back. That's for sure. I appreciate that. And I will challenge both of you and speedrun myself, even though I have the most unfair advantage of anyone in the entire planet. Do I use other pixel programs? No. I talked about that a little bit earlier. I actually mostly just use the ones in GameMaker, and but another thing that I do is I actually do 3D animation a lot, which I do. So essentially like rotoscoping. I do both 2D animation and 3D animation. I'm not particularly great at either, so I kind of use them. I don't want that to sound like, oh, I'm not very good, so if you're not as good as me, you suck. No, that's not what I mean. I just mean like, in general, I wouldn't call myself like a professional 2D animator or a professional 3D animator, even slightly. But I have Blender here, and this is let's open him up. This is the main character for Starcross Starcade Special, but he's actually a 3D model. And you can see what I do is it's weird. But it's like an actual 3D model, but it's sort of cell shaded. So I've turned off all the lighting effects and just given it like, the colors, the texture material. So actually this probably isn't a great guy to use because his animations are probably just garbage. There's spoilers in here, so just don't pay attention. Where's the triplet? Okay. No, wrong one. Here we go. So this is from a boss that I was making that's just heads. But you can see what I do is I'll animate in 3D, and then what I do is I render it down to the proper resolution and like the size that the sprite is supposed to be, and then I normally clean up over it. So I don't use any more sprite editors, but I do basically a lot of stuff in 3D. and then I bring it into GameMaker, and I basically just clean it up with GameMaker a lot of times. The more complex and robust animations in the games are normally 3D, but they're pretty much all cleaned up with 2D and use like 2D sensibilities, like smear frames and just a bunch of stuff. I mean, they require a lot of cleanup. It looks pretty garbage whenever you just put in like a rendered down 3D model. But like if I rendered it, you see it renders it down to like a pixel art look, and it doesn't look too bad. But for the settings that I have, but once you get into the animation, you get a lot of jaggies and a lot of like just garbage that you have to clean up. So it takes a bit of work, but that's sort of my method for making myself appear as professional as possible while also not having to do that at all. It's what you got to do when you're a solo dev, folks. You got to make as many shortcuts as you possibly can. Yeah, life hacks with Blender, absolutely. So, yeah, anything that you can do to figure out how to fix the time that you spend on something. Animation is a huge one. So, animation is a huge one in terms of like time sync. So, if you want to try something, try that. It has worked wonders for me because I used to hate animating, and now it is very fun to me, and I really love it. I'm definitely more of a 3D animator than a 2D animator, that's for sure. But I do like this guy, though. I like this guy a lot. Okay. Let's get his origin in the right place, which was about here, right? Let me see. Frame 1. Bring her down. No, the one lower. There we go. Oh, and something that I want to do really quick with Ringo is excuse me, sir. Your sprites, please. There we go. We always want our mask index to be the same thing. So that's going to be our downwards facing sprite. So sprite number 3, easy peasy. And now we have, oh boy, sorry about that. now we have our actual attacking state to do, because we've already made our little thingies and we've already made our animation for it. So let's see, where do we need to edit this? I don't think we necessarily need to pause. I think maybe what we need to do is just immediately do it, because that animation is pretty much telegraph enough. And again, if I was able to do audio stuff right now, I would add an audio cue to it. So that's enough. Which, by the way, if, you know, more game design knowledge, which is nice to know, humans respond a lot faster to auditory cues and stuff like that. We respond a lot faster to audio than we do to visual processing. So if you want your game to be very fair, pay a lot of attention to your audio cues. Very important. And also, that also means that making sure that you're using the right frequency ranges for audio cues and stuff like that. You want audio cues to be either louder than everything else or in a frequency range where they're not getting muddied up too much. A good example is a game like Bayonetta or something, where the flashes for the enemy attacks make a really like bright, shining sound before they attack you, and you know an enemy is about to attack you. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Have I ever considered hiring people to help me? No, because I don't have enough money to do that. That's sort of the main thing. And then the other thing is I wanted to be better at all this stuff. I wanted to be better at animating and programming and all the extra stuff. The only thing I was good at, I would say, before I started working on Rosa Starcross was music. And I wanted to be good at everything else. I've always wanted to be able to animate and stuff like that. So I wanted to know how to do it. In the future, though, I do not want to be doing one-man show stuff, and I would love to have a team, or I would love to be able to contract people or hire freelancers and things like that, or anything like that. I would love to be able to do that. But I want to know the ins and outs of every single part of game dev myself, so that way I'm hopefully a better person to work with in the future, so I can be a lot more understanding about, the people that I'm working with and stuff like that. So one day that will be the case. That is for sure. I'm not going to be a solo guy forever. Okay. Let's see. So let's do it here. Cover all that. Okay, we don't really need any of this stuff. We can get rid of all this. We don't want to stop animating either. So we just want it to stop moving. So that's good. And the direction is important. So let's say start the attack. Ugh. Okay, I swear I'm not this bad at typing regularly, okay? I promise. I'm a real game dev, okay? I can type, I promise. It's the microphone, guys, I swear. Okay. If our sprite index is not equal to our Ringo attack, then we can set it to be that. So we can set our sprite index to Ringo attack, and we also want to make sure that our image index restarts at 0, so it actually plays from the beginning. And then what's the actual attack frame we have here? It's the booty frame. Bam. It's not this one, I don't think. Yeah, it is this one, but we want to hold on this one. So attack frame is 11 because it starts at 0. So attack frame is 11. Hold frame is 12. Let's see. Frame equals 11. Hold frame equals 12. Let's see. So now we just want to check and make sure. So if our sprite index is the Ringo attack, and floor of our image index. Oh, oops. Is our attack frame. We also want like an attacked variable. So attack triggered equals false. And our attack has not been triggered. Say that's true. Easy. And what do we want to add to that? Did a lot of working today. I'm a lot more tired than I thought I was, but then we just want to actually create the things, and we want to do that based on like a distance and a number. So I'm just going to do that in local variables. Attack distance. We will say 200 pixels. And we want a separation for our little spikes. So attack separation. Probably 16. No, maybe a little bit more, right? I think the hole itself is 16. No. There's no way. I'll say that the space is going to be 16. That makes sense. Okay, sorry. Reading chat and getting distracted. Thank you so much for coming, Taco. And I hope I'm fun to work with. We'll find out eventually. Cut to 10 years from now, and it finds out I'm a monster in the industry. I'm a horrible boss. But let's see. Thank you so much, Nail. I appreciate that. I've never played Cave Story. I really need to. Thank you, Shiny. Yeah, I like I said, I've figured I was best at music before, but visuals are very important to me. Very, very important to me. And I don't think I'm a particularly great artist, but uh, as long as you are appealing to the inner child in yourself, like as long as you're appealing to you and you're like, I would love this, there's bound to be someone else that also feels that way. So yeah, that was pretty much the colors. I'm not like, I don't know much about color theory or anything like that, but I do just kind of pick the colors that make the neurons in my brain activate. And so I think it's probably a pretty good way to design games if you're not super classically trained or anything like that. But anyways, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna get the attack number. So attack number equals the rounded number of our distance divided by our separation, because the separation is just going to be the distance at which we spawn them. So for I equals 0, we're going to have to add one more code, a little bit of code to our spike, but whatever, is less than our attack number. Plus plus. We're going through. And the XX is going to be our X plus our length direction X of our direction, because we're facing the player. Or sorry, length is first, right? Yeah, length is first. So we're going by our attack separation times I, and actually to that effect, we're starting at 1. We don't want to spawn the first one on top of us. So times I in the direction that we're going. Going to do the same with the Y. Here we go. The Y, and let's just create the sprite. Let's create, and at our XX and our YY. Depth doesn't matter because we're already setting it, and our Ringo Vine. Cool. And we can basically just say if our sprite isn't the Ringo attack sprite, we can just reset the attack triggered thing. Just as a hard reset in case our state changes for some reason. I don't know why it would, but basically as long as we're not in the attacking sprite, then this variable doesn't really matter, so we can just go ahead and reset it already. Cool. So this should do everything it needs to. The only thing is we wanted to hold on that frame. And I'm going to copy the Vine code that we had from over there, because that's easy. We do need a hold time thingy to go with. Ooh! Did not mean to close that. Okay. First we need a hold time. And I want to hold that for like a while. I want to hold that for like maybe like a second even. And here we go. Just want to add that little check in there. We could have put those under a bigger umbrella, but you know. Oh, thank you so much, Neil. Oh, can I maybe zoom in? Yeah. Yeah, hold on. I can up the size of the font a little bit. let's see. Oh, interesting. There's like a infinite star pop exploit. That almost certainly has been fixed because I have just revamped how like the shops and everything work. But tell me about that. That's interesting. That's really cool, actually. It was probably me just setting like a variable wrong or something like that, but that's really cool. Okay, let me I need to finish this. So hold frame, that should all be fine. But now for this, the hold time also needs to be reset to we'll do it the opposite way. We're gonna do this the opposite way. No, 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 no. Hold on. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change this to hold timer. And we're going to create a variable it's going to start at the hold time. So that way we can keep resetting it because this object doesn't go away whenever it's done animating. So we need to reset that hold timer as well. Okay. Variables. That's cool. That should hold it fine. And then he should just get back up. And then we want to reset our state to our chase state. So that'll just be an animation event, end event. So animation end, and we'll just say if state is equal to 1, then we'll set our state to equal 0. That should take care of everything. And we'll get a single line of vines going towards the player with this, and they'll all show up at once. And I kind of want to add a delay, but I just want to make sure that these are working right now. So, oh, forgot those were there. No. It's not. It is not working. Okay, hold on. Also, what I want to do is get rid of all these freaks in this room, except for one of my Ringos. Where are all these freaks? There you are. You all delete. Sorry. And let's put, no, not you. You get away. Let's put you guys over here. Okay. What was the problem over here? Did I set the image speed wrong or something like that? Oh, yeah. Okay. So it keeps. Okay. I need to change my this stuff. That just needs to be specific to. Oh, wait. Let's do what we did in the series, which some of you probably don't know because it's only the Patreon people. Let's add. I'm gonna need to make this bigger because this text is bigger. I'm gonna need to add a variable up here, and we'll say var sprite. What do I want to call this? Auto sprites. Set this to true. We'll only run the sprite code if that's true. So put that there. And then for this special state, we can specifically, actually, let me put that down here with the rest of the sprite stuff. Specifically tell it not to automatically generate. Because what was happening was our sprite was changing back and forth between these two and constantly setting the image index to 0. I'm pretty sure. So let's try that again with this one guy. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Okay, I really like that. So we need to add the delay. I also think they could probably be about 20 apart. I don't think they need to be 16 apart. They like the little holes were connecting, and I didn't like that. Ugh. Oh, you could just buy the final star pop multiple times. That's funny. Okay, that was definitely just a total oversight on my part. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Okay. That's cool though. Wow, you played it like 10 times. I appreciate that a lot. I was hoping people would play it a bunch. I think it's a pretty like replayable type scenario. Uh okay. I need to add those delays. How do I want to do that? What does add an initial delay in these? So I'm going to add a variable called delay. I'll set it equal to 0, but basically what I'll do is we'll do this. We'll say if delay is greater than 0, first we'll count it down, but then we'll also just set the image index to be 0, and then we'll exit. So we'll basically just stop it from animating. And that means if I want them to like show up at different times, I could do this. So store them in an instance and set its delay to be some value times our loop. So like 20? 20 could be good. That way you can see it coming from farther away. So let's see. Okay. It definitely needs to be not that much, but pretty good. So maybe just like 3. And I also might want to add like a blank frame at the beginning of that, or just, whoa, okay. I like that. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 4. But, oh, I like that. And then maybe I'll say, I'll make it invisible during that time too, so they just animate properly. And then under this, we'll set it to visible. So let's see. It still had a little thing, so I think what I'm actually just going to do is edit this sprite, and I'm just going to be a little cheat and just add a blank frame in the very beginning. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And it should hurt me. Yeah, cool. Cool. Let's have it go like upwards so we can see like the more. Oh, and it went through that too. We don't want him to go through walls, so we could do this. Oh, oops. I didn't even think about walls. What kind of dingus am I? We'll have it go. We'll do like a collision check at that point first. Yeah, so we'll say if not position meeting, which position meeting just lets you check a single like coordinate, which is cool. So we'll check at the XX and the YY for any kind of wall, which was the parent. The wall is the main parent, and then the solid wall is a separate thing. So check for a wall, and only if there isn't a collision meeting there will we actually spawn one there, because it wouldn't matter anyways, because the player couldn't even be over there, so it wouldn't affect gameplay at all. Excellent. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And I could also just make it to where like maybe they shouldn't even, like maybe the walls should actually cut them off, so maybe they shouldn't spawn anymore after it goes through the wall. Not sure. Let me see. Okay. I mean, that'd be an easy thing to do as well, and that might be a little bit more fair to the player, and that would make them a little bit different than the actual the zombie guys, because that would mean that even the spaced walls and like the water would actually be able to stop that attack. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, the easiest way to do that, we could just exit the loop basically forcefully by saying I plus equals some really high number like 99. I want to check that out really quick. I think it's looking cool too. I'm liking it. Oops. Okay, so that's fine. Now, if you were to come try and get me through here, it actually probably shouldn't even spawn any at all. Oh, just, yeah, look at that. Easy. It's very fun when things just work, you know what I mean? Then you don't just have to constantly keep changing and breaking everything. Great. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. And I could make it the 3 directions too, just by adding another little loop, but maybe I'll just might as well go ahead and do that. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Thanks, Mom. I think Pumpkin Man is cute too. Let's see. Direction separation 20? Which, by the way, I probably will wrap up soon because I've been going for a while and I'm not getting done as much as I thought I was going to, but that's actually kind of fun. I might do another stream or something like that, just continuing this stuff just whenever I feel like it. So let's see. Is this what I want to do? That really is the question. Do I want to use a for loop or do I just want to make them here? I think I need to do a loop because I think I need to do an outer loop for the direction separation ones. So let me try that. So an outer loop. This will be DS for Nintendo dual screen and less than 3. And our new direction is going to be our direction minus our direction separation. But then it's going to be plus our direction separation times the loop that we're on. And that will give us the evenly spaced ones. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Sorry. I was reading chat and also contemplating. We need to check those, and we need to exit out of that loop, but also we need to progress through our outer loop just by 1. We need to cut out just that 1 loop because we don't want the other ones to be cut off automatically whenever we run into a wall, right? I think that makes sense. So let's try that really quick. Let's see. Oh, that. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Does this need to be out here? Am I confusing myself right now? Hold on. Let me just do that. Make sure. I don't know if that was my problem. I don't think that was my problem. Oh, maybe it was. Oh, the middle one didn't work. That's interesting. Why did I kill him? I need him. Why did I do that? Will this be public? Do you mean like the VOD? The VOD will go up whenever this is done. Yeah, or I mean, I don't think it really has to go up. I think it just I killed him again. I think YouTube just saves them. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that, but let's see here. Okay. Oh, DS needs to start it. 0. Not 1. However, is that really a 20-degree spread? Am I just confusing myself? Let's see here. No. What's going on here, buddy? What's going on here, pal? It needs to be this, and plus that, and blah, blah, blah. Right? Hold on, let's get a little bit more space in here. It's tough. It's a tough one. Let me just go ahead, get rid of that, and make sure that's not the problem. Because I might have thought that out wrong. That was the problem. Oh, that looks cool. 20 degrees is far too much, I think. Maybe 10 degrees? Cool. Now, let's try this. Do they all work fine? Yeah, I guess that's fine. You wouldn't need to progress through it, right? That doesn't... Let me see. Around here. Oh, boy. Oh, and that is true. We maybe wouldn't want him to completely... Oh, man, that's a harsh attack. But it's cool, man. I like it. Okay, I might take down the range slightly for the upwards and downwards angle to be a little bit more fair. But, okay, yeah, we got him working. I feel like I need to change this color right now to the shadow color. This would make a lot more sense and look a lot better, I think, if it was that color. So, hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it all right. Okay, that's cool. And I like how how his like explosion works when he dies. That's cool, man. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, that is working fine. What more do I want to do tonight? Or do I want to wrap it up pretty soon? Let's think. We got that guy working. I kind of want to give him a couple more moves and stuff, and maybe I want him to walk a little bit slower than the actually, that wouldn't be so bad if I made him slower, but I kept that range up to 200. I wouldn't hate that. His chasing speed. Half of that. Half of that. And I could eventually adjust the spawners to make that work a little bit more, but otherwise, that was pretty good, I think. Worked a little bit more on that guy. I didn't think I'd make a more complex enemy like that. One enemy that I did want to make was basically just like a stationary one. And I could do that right now, but you know what? Maybe I'll do that next time. Maybe I'll do that next time. Who knows? Because I think there's definitely like a lot of room to just keep going with this. And this could be a fun thing to just sort of keep iterating on. So yeah, you know what? I can probably wrap it up about here. Maybe do something else fun really quick. Let's see. Just going to close all this out. Make sure everything's all saved and good. What other fun stuff could I do right now? I give a little super sneak peek Starcade stuff really quick before I totally go. And that'll just be a fun thing for people who watch the VOD all the way to the end for whatever reason. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I wanted to show this off earlier anyways. So, by the way, this is a spoiler for a boss. So, if you would like to stop watching right now, you totally can. And thank you for coming. And thank you for watching. But otherwise, I'm going to open up this Starcade thingy. Because I just kind of want to show it off. Let's see. Okay. Where should I click that will immediately give the least amount of spoilers and things? Just here's the thing. Just okay, that's fine. Close all this. This is actually a boss from the prototype. It was the thing that I showed in the Blender file, the 3D model. And this is an unfinished boss. So if it looks bad, it's because it is right now, and I need to actually balance it properly. But I basically just had to figure out all the programming behind it and redo all that and set it up in a way where, like tomorrow, it will be very easy for me to finish this boss. I literally am only a couple days into working into this boss, but I should be able to finish it tomorrow. But anyways, as far as I know, the desktop audio is muted, which is good because it would probably just be a bunch of garbage. But This is cool. Let me make sure that this is the actual first level that's up here. Starcade. No, we want to go to the triplet room. Okay. Here we go. Oh, computer's warming up. So I'm really happy with the way the visuals and animation ended up with this guy. And this is also the guy that I figured out a lot of shader stuff with. So, okay, yeah. So this is cool. I got a little debug timer going in the corner there, but yeah, so basically what this guy does is it's like a triplet head and he just keeps throwing up enemies. Again, it's not balanced right now, so he doesn't do enough, but it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it, and I think the shaders ended up looking really good, like the darkness shader where they fade into the black and you can only hit the one, and sort of like the fill that they do. I'm gonna pause it. So that dude on the left, watch as he like unfills with the goo. Oh yeah, look at that. That's like a really cool like texture shader thing I figured out how to do. And same with this guy in the middle here. That keeps disappearing. He's not going to really obnoxiously disappear like that in the main game, but he was just the first enemy I was testing it with, and you can see him like fade in and out. It was kind of like a death effect that I was testing. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but yeah. But yeah, this boss is kind of intended to get like massively crazy if you're bad at managing enemies and stuff like that. So yeah. If you didn't know, it's going to be like a pretty hard game. So if you don't like hard games, don't probably get too excited about it or anything like that. And I'm not doing a good job right now, but again, it has not been balanced yet as well. So yeah, well, anyways, there I go. But yeah, so that was cool. But yeah, you can see like 3D, but I did a lot of like 2D work on them. Like I drew their eyes really like messy and gross, like on purpose to have it have like a almost like a smoldering kind of effect and stuff like that. So yeah, but anyways, there's a lot of and the health bar is all messed up too. I don't know why it's so low. I must have done something weird, but anyways, what are you talking about? Messed up already. All right, but anyways, yeah. So that's the Yeah, I think the animation for the heads looks like, I think it looks good. I like it a lot. It almost has like yeah, the uncanny effect. Like it almost has like a stop motion kind of vibe to it, and I definitely wanted to have like a horror vibe for those guys. So the way they move, I kind of wanted it to have like an 80s stop motion horror effect, like something from The Thing or something like that. But yeah, I think it looks really cool, and it almost has like a PS1 sort of look to it, where it's clearly 3D, but the pixels are super chunky. So, oh, the notes. Oh, did I say something mean to myself for the notes in the code, or is it just? Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely how I pretty much type everything out to myself. But anyways. But yeah, that was it. That was pretty much probably all I want to show for Starcade. But I'm pretty excited about how it's been going, especially the last couple of weeks. Now that I'm done with the top-down shooter stuff. How do I do the animations? Oh, I covered that a little while ago, but here I'll open it up one more time. I actually do a lot of stuff in Blender. Like I do a lot of stuff in 3D. So those guys is this guy right here. And he's pretty low poly, but I'm rendering him down to this resolution right here. So low poly is about as detailed as you would ever need to get. And this is a pretty big sprite. Like, so especially when it comes to like the player character and stuff, you can get really low poly just, as long as you get rid of jaggies that may give you problems. But anyways, so I got the top of his head that moves around like this, which is fun. I have these two, they're basically deformation bones, which is for like a horror, uncanny sort of effect. So if you slightly move them, it stretches his face out, and you wouldn't really be able to tell, but part of the reason, if he looks a little bit creepy while he's animating in the game, it's because I'm like slightly screwing with his face a little bit the entire time the animations are going and stuff. Like, yeah, just a little bit with certain animations and things like that. But there's a lower jawbone, and it's also detached, so you could, pull it down if you need to. And like little wings for his jaw to like kind of just like open and close, and more of like a almost like a predator sort of style or something like that. Trying to do like a lot of just like basic little uncanny creepy stuff. You see his mouth like opens wide at the bottom there, and so yeah. But I basically do that, and then I render the animation down to this resolution, and then in GameMaker I like clean it up and stuff like that. So that's how all that works. I want to talk about this like method I have for animating too. I know a lot of people have used it before for a very long time, but I think for solo devs who maybe aren't the best at animating and artwork, I feel like it's a very like criminally underused strategy. So I definitely want to talk about it a lot. Yeah, interesting question. As far as like GameMaker Studio 2 is pretty optimized now, but also, well, I shouldn't necessarily say that. There's always ways to make it more optimized. Code people will get very angry at me for saying that, but GameMaker Studio 2 has gotten a little bit better about its own load times and compiling times and stuff like that. As time goes on, it pretty much always just gets better. But at the same time, a couple years ago or a year and a half ago, somewhere around there, I finally got an actually good PC. I was using a very, very bad laptop for a very long time. And when I was using a crappy laptop, it was taking forever for projects to compile, and it was really difficult. And basically, at that time, I would sort of like make multiple projects, and I would make certain systems like Rosa Starcross, turn-based RPG. It's really easy to separate out your battle system and your overworld stuff. And I did do that. I did separate both of those things out, and eventually I joined the projects together. That's difficult, joining the projects together, but in terms of like testing, if you have a game with a ton of assets and lots of audio and lots of sprites, and it takes forever to compile and test, that is a method that you can totally use. So I did do that for sure. But now I basically just do everything in the same project. Rosa Starcross, I'm not sure. That game is kind of huge, and it has tons of art assets, and it's going to have lots of enemies with tons of frames of animation and big sprites. So as that game goes on, it probably will be difficult to test that game, but I don't think it'll be too bad or anything like that. I think it'll be like, I think it'll be fine with like the setup that I have now. But yeah, I did actually do that at one point. I did have like different files and stuff for different things. Heyo, Chrono, what's up? Not sure how much longer we're gonna go. I might show a couple more of these 3D models. Where's the slicer? There he is. Here was a fun guy to animate. Just really, really simple stuff. Another really good like example of how 3D animation. One of the nice things about it is, yeah, you have to know some principles, and you have to make sure that, you know, you're putting a lot of work into like making sure the animation is realistic and stuff like that. But you never have to worry about like mass being inconsistent. You know, you never have to worry about the logic behind what you're actually seeing, because you already have basically like a 3D mass. Like it's like you have clay already, you know. So that's really cool. And if you ever wanted to like stretch stuff and mess around with things, it's like you have to do it very intentionally. So this guy's a good example of some animations that I wouldn't have been very good at if I was just doing 2D. What is this? Whoa. Okay, that was that was a cut attack, that's for sure. Fire breath, that was from another guy. The first attack is a little weak, but helps a little bit with the eyes. And again, I always clean up these things with 2D, and I add like smears and stuff like that. Like, let me find this guy's animations actually. I can open up. Let me open up Starcade one more time, and then after that, we'll probably be done. Oh, well, the one divided by time was because that was before I was properly utilizing like GitHub and like doing that well. And so I would make a lot of safety saves because I would just be super paranoid that something would happen to my computer or something would happen to one of my files. So this is actually just a previous file that I basically rolled back to. And that's why it's named that. At some point, I'll probably save a different version of it with just Starcross Starcade Special, but for now, it's just like this. But yeah, definitely look into using like GitHub and stuff like that. Like, actual like source control. Very good thing to have. And it took me way too long to actually start using it. So let's see here. Let's look up our slicer. Okay, there's the 2-hit no fix. Where's the actual 2-hit? There it is. And he normally has an outline. And actually, I haven't cleaned this guy up fully yet, but I did add like the smears. So you got like this move right here, which is his 1-2 combo. What angle did I do that from? Okay, I did it from like a 45-degree angle. So that's his 2-hit combo. And when it's rendered down, but I added some like smears to it to make it look a little bit nicer. And I added a couple things like to get rid of the cell shading where, yeah, he needs cleanup. I've forgotten to clean him up. But you see where I did things like I added like separation lines, like a darkness line to like show where his legs actually separate and give his body some actual like, I didn't want him to just be like a mass of colors. His arms are a little bit like that, but that's fine because they only overlap for a couple frames and they have so much motion. Your eye is going to be able to like tween between them very easy. So, but yeah, so I do stuff like that and then cleaning it up. I want to add eyes to this guy because this move where he like reels his head back, I don't want it to like give the impression that his eyes are going up in this direction. I want him to like stay looking down. So, you know, like that kind of thing. So I'll definitely clean that up a little bit. I might change his colors. They're a little weird, but I kind of like how off and weird they are, but who knows? But anyways, yeah. So look into learning Blender if you want. It took me, I took like a solid week where I really dedicated myself to like learning it enough to make it useful. So if you want to make cool animations, that could be a cool like strategy for you. Let's see here. Okay. Grab some of these. Grab some of this. Okay. Well, it was a 3 hour and 40-minute stream. So I think we're pretty good. I'm probably not going to do much more. I'm a little tired. I did a lot of other work today, so I'll probably clock in. However, thank you guys so much for watching. I actually didn't really expect anyone to watch, so I really appreciate that. And it was a lot of fun. I'll definitely do another one of these. I don't know when. Probably pretty soon, because, you know, I was thinking of doing this like spooky Halloween themed, and I was hoping to get more done tonight than I did, but you know how that goes. But yeah, okay. I'm not gonna drag this out super long. Okay. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you guys. And I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye now.